Capricorn, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance, please, for my Capricorns. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you might be feeling a little bit emotionally drained here. The Nine of Crystals in reverse. Okay, your person's energy. They're viewing you as the Two of Swords. Also in reverse. What you're not seeing is the King of Swords. And we have Capricorn energy showing up in reverse. So there might be something here that turns you upside down. But I also feel, with the cards that have come out already, pay attention to the 9-9 sequence. It's about destiny. But the Nine of Cups tells me you're feeling emotionally drained, and you may have walked away, or maybe you're thinking about walking away. The Nine of Crystals in reverse is a codependent energy, or that there's something unhealthy here. Okay, and so a lot of you, this person feels like you've made up your mind already about this connection. And some of you, maybe you have, like oppression or the devil in reverse is like, yeah, I'm freeing myself from a karmic situation. But we see the Star card in reverse, but you're not really sure. This has been a Tower moment. Some of you, you're worried about this huge shift, this paradigm shift, or a breakup here, it affecting a lot of people's lives, your family, theirs, whatever. That's if you're really involved with this person. But the Star card in reverse is telling me you're feeling emotionally drained, and you may be waiting for the dust to settle. Whatever's going on here. I mean, maybe you just went on a date with this person and you're like seeing red flags. For others of you, it could be something that's a much more long-term connection. But you're not sure. You're not sure. And there's been some sort of Tower moment that's leaving you. Maybe it was a fight or an argument, or it's something that they said, but you're feeling emotionally drained, and you're contemplating walking away, or walking away for good. All right. And we see the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's something here that feels dramatic. There's something here that feels emotionally draining. Cancer, Pisces energy. Let's see how you're viewing this. And Scorpio, sorry to my Scorpios or Scorpio placements out there. Let's see how you're viewing this person, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you see that this person is abundant. They have a lot to offer. Sagittarius energy. Again, we talked about destiny. You may feel like this person has an important part in your destiny, or you are destined to be together. This can also be, you know, that they're coming towards you. All right, but you're seeing the relationship as the Death card. So some of my Capricorns out there, you're seeing this relationship as over, or you know that something major needs to transform in order to continue here, in order to heal here. Now, the Nine of Crystals in reverse tells me your person might be burying themselves in work right now, but I kind of feel like the Nine of Crystals is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's not the healthiest energy. It's a codependent energy. So I don't know if they have unhealthy coping mechanisms, or they were very emotionally draining, jealous, not giving you any space, no healthy space and room to breathe, causing drama. I mean, the Queen of Cups energy in reverse can be distorted feminine energy, where somebody invites and causes drama kind of out of nothing. Yeah, we see the Three of Wands. Your person might currently kind of be blocking the connection, or they've put distance between you and them. Again, it could be that this person blocked you, shut down. There could be some sort of third-party interference. It could be work. It could be like a long-distance connection. And we see the Six of Cups energy in reverse. For some of my Capricorns, this person has unresolved past hurts, heartbreak, issues around previous relationships that don't allow them to move forward in a healthy way. It may also be, too, that this person... I'm getting this person might be jealous about somebody in your life. I don't know, like a third party. I don't actually think they have a reason to be, but I don't know if this is like friends, or like a family member, or like a friend or something. It feels like they might be jealous about, or have always been jealous about. And again, you're probably, clocking that as something that feels a bit unhealthy. But I'm also just seeing this person might have some healing work to do before they're ready to move forward, not only with you, but with anybody. All right, and we see the Hierophant energy in reverse, Taurus energy. Yeah, and for some of you, they've been through like a breakup, a separation, or divorce that has really affected them, but in a way that like they're still projecting onto like a newer connection or the connection with you. For others of you with the Hierophant in reverse, this is just confirmation that you're in separation. It can also speak to you having very different background than this person. So being raised differently and coming from different socioeconomic backgrounds, different race, religion, traditions, maybe even different values. Okay, so I mean, I do think that there's someone here is questioning compatibility. I also feel like this person may be using unhealthy coping mechanisms to deal with whatever's going on, whether it's silence, it's a lack of clarity, or it's a breakup or separation. This person feels like you spoke your truth, and I really wouldn't expect anything less from my Capricorns out there, being honest and being direct. All right, the Two of Swords, you've made a decision here. They might feel like you're very, you have a lot of resolve, which is very Capricorn energy. I love you. Yeah, and you've made a decision here not to talk to this person or not to move forward. And the Seven of Wands, they see that you're defending yourself. They also see that you're not somebody who kind of backslides. Like they feel like, wow, Capricorn's really decisive. When Capricorn makes up their mind to not talk or to not try to repair things or to go quiet, like that's a scary silence, right? Because like I said, my Capricorns out there, you don't flip-flop a lot. And they're seeing your strength here with the Seven of Wands, but they also, I do think they want to fight for you, fight for this connection. They might also know that you're tired of fighting if there's been a lot of fighting, bickering, and arguing. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this person may feel like you're not who they thought they were. No, this person might feel like you're not who they thought you were. But what I'm getting is because this person may have thought that they had unlimited chances here. Okay? And that they could kind of act the fool. That they could lay on drama. And you would always try to repair. You would always be the bigger one. You would be the calm one. You would be the grounded one. You would be the one that would hold space, while they throw an adult tantrum or something like that. But I do feel like they're a little bit scared right now. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Now we get the King of Swords. This is what's going on behind the scenes. For some of you, there's some involvement with an ex, or this person isn't over an ex. That's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. But I also feel like this is your person coming into alignment, getting some real clarity. And he looks a little bit miffed. He looks a little bit surprised. Like he's holding that sword, but the sword isn't up. It's down in the ground, like he's resting on the truth. He's now holding the truth in his hand, and he's seeing, oh my gosh, Capricorn's not playing right now. All right? Or, this really could be over. Because again, this could be like if this person, for example, like blocked you. A lot of my Capricorns, you're not going to play that. You're not going to be like, if someone blocks you, like done. I'm not chasing. I'm not going after that. I'm not playing these games. I'm too adult for that, for example. And with the King of Swords, it's like they're seeing that. They're like, this isn't working, or it's not working anymore. We see the Ace of Pentacles. They do want a new beginning with you. They see potential. They are going to make that move. Hanged Man energy in reverse. They've been holding back, looking at all the details. They might be seeing you differently. They're seeing this new beginning differently. This new beginning isn't going to be you coming in to repair things. You kissing the boo-boo, making the ouch go away, excusing their behavior. They know that it's on them. All right, if there's going to be a chance. And we see the Ten of Pentacles because they know what they potentially lose. Stability, security, longevity. And it feels like that's what you were offering them. Now, oppression energy in reverse. What happens next really might turn your world upside down. That's the devil, the major arcana in the normal tarot. It's the devil card in this deck. It's oppression. But, the shadow attributes of Capricorn energy is pessimism, stubbornness, right? And I don't get that you're being stubborn. I see that you have resolve and you're not giving to this situation the way you have in the past. Because a lot of you kind of feel over it. I'm not saying you're completely over the person, but you're over the antics. You're over the, you know what I mean, any sort of instability and any sort of drama. Some of my Capricorns, you're so over it that you're like, you know what, I'm freeing myself from this karmic situation. Okay, but we see the Star card showing up in reverse. Again, it's not a coincidence, Capricorn, that we have 2 double star cards in reverse. This has been a Tower moment for you and also for them. But the Star card in reverse also tells me you're not sure about the future of this connection. You're not sure how you're going to react. You're not necessarily even sure what you want to do. Right now, it looks like you're operating as if the connection is over. Tower energy in reverse, avoidant energy. Something here needs to change. You know that something needs to shift or change for you to take like a reconciliation or a coming together or moving forward seriously. And the 7 of Cups energy in reverse, you will be getting clarity. Now, I do think you have sweet feelings for this person. I'm not going to lie. You don't hate this person. But I do think there's something here about the drama starting to get to you. And this person, the Queen of Swords in reverse, time and time again, we're seeing that this person is still kind of stuck on a lower vibrational timeline and most likely applying past hurt and heartbreak onto this connection, projecting, right? Projecting that hurt and that heartbreak onto you, onto this connection, because it feels that way. It's like they have some inner work to do. So I can see why you're feeling a bit conflicted here, right? My lovely Capricorns. Strong Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Again, strong Aquarius, strong Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus energy, Scorpio energy again. All right, Pisces energy. A lot of Aquarius energy, but it could also be something here that's happened in Aquarius season. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to know about this person for my Capricorns, please? What do we need to know about this person? All right, Daredevil. So they might be a bit of a risk taker. You may feel like reconciliation or moving forward is risky with this person, but you might also be turned on by this energy, right? That this is somebody, because Capricorn is not a fixed sign, it's a cardinal sign. But once I heard this, I can't forget it. You know, a Capricorn getting a Capricorn to change their mind is like getting a ferry boat to make a hard left. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I do feel in a lot of ways there is something exhilarating with the fact that this person might be a bit more fiery, a bit more risky. You know, a lot of you may feel like, you know, it's nice to have that juxtaposition within the relationship. They may be hiding from you currently, but they are going to take a risk, and we do see sneaky. So for some of you, I'm not really getting third party sneaky, but I do kind of feel like they might be planning some sort of reveal, some sort of surprise, hoping that, you know, that you'll accept them, hoping that they can soften this, you know, soften what's going on here. But sneaky, Daredevil, and hiding from you kind of also really does speak to this person being emotionally manipulative at times, right? I do get that. Like, I can see this person making a bigger deal out of something just to like get their way or something like that. Like, I'm getting like a bit of an emotional immaturity. We see quickies. Again, be careful. They may try to come in and heal this connection by just focusing on the physical, the passion. Like, you know, let's get it on, let's hook up. Oh, it's so passionate, but then you don't actually talk about what needs to be talked about. And we see falsehood. Yeah, so again, I'm not saying this person is fake, but we do get hiding from you, sneaky, Daredevil, quickies, falsehood. The mask needs to come off. And I think that's what my Capricorns, that's this major realization that you're having. Or maybe that you even just, you see through this, okay? And it's like you want to have this adult conversation, but you don't want to always be this is the energy. You don't want to always be the adult in the room. That's what I've been trying to say. And it feels like largely in this relationship, or you're already seeing a pattern where you're going to be the adult in the room. And that's exhausting, right? In a partnership, that's exhausting. So let's see. What else do we need to know about them? This person is emotionally guarded. Okay, they have integrity though. So again, I'm not getting that this person is a cheater. But the integrity issue here is like, what do they do to get their way? Because I do feel sometimes they go about it in a less than healthy way and question their past. Yeah, there's something here about this person's past that kind of keeps throwing a monkey wrench in healthy relationships or in your plans or things going well. This person might love to go out, but they might also be really controlling. Yeah, so maybe they can go out, but they get jealous when you do. All right, so just be aware of that. And some of my Capricorns, you're like, double standards, don't do them. I don't do them. Like, I can put up with a little bit of BS, but you know, I'm not doing that, right? And most likely you told it to them like it is. This person wants you to know that they miss seeing you, and I hide behind material things. Again, falsehood coming. Like, this person may sometimes hide who they really are. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Yeah, I could see that with this person's energy. And I wonder if you're happy without me. I feel like they can't imagine that you are, but they are wondering, because maybe it's been some time here, Capricorn, or maybe they're like, well, Capricorn isn't rushing in to repair this or to heal this or to get me back after I blocked them or something like that. I mean, that doesn't have to be the exact scenario, but like you're making this person spin out a little bit, because it's like, yeah, because you are really questioning whether or not you have the energy to continue being the only adult in the room. That's kind of what I'm getting. All right, and are they going to change? Okay, let's see. What else would they like to say to you? They may not be able to articulate this, but you've been in my dreams, and I'm not the same person that you remember. So they may have gone through some transformation. They may have gone through a bit of an up-leveling, doing some shadow work, some growth. Again, I mean, maybe it's not in a day or two, but maybe they've had a realization. So, it might be worth hearing them out. Would you reject me? Now they're worried that you are going to reject them. And because some of my Capricorns, you've gotten to that point. All right. And I need more time to figure things out, but they do need some time here. To either figure out what they're going to say, how they're going to come towards you, or just try to understand like what's actually going on. And not because you're confusing, but because I do think it's requiring them to rewire some of their emotional reactions. All right, let's take a look and see what advice and guidance do we have. What do we need to know about this person? About receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. So they may come back around with wanting closure. I want you to be careful with that, Capricorn, because closure often means reopening a tie or a bind. But this person is coming in. That's what I'm getting, all right? And we get addiction. But can they move forward in a healthy way? Now, I do think this person feels stuck on you for sure. We get this codependent energy. 9 of crystals. That doesn't have to be, or the 9 of pentacles. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol, but this codependent energy is like they don't want to let you go, and their motives for wanting to be with you could be because breakups really, really trigger an abandonment wound, but they don't think about that before they kind of act a fool is kind of what I'm getting. So we see possession, controlling, they have a block or restraint. So we get controlling coming out twice. We get that this person has a tendency to be a bit possessive and controlling. And again, maybe even trying to impose some double standards. Like, I can go out, I can do whatever I want, but when you're out, you need to message me every, 10 minutes or something like that. All right. I don't know why I have to say this, but I always say that I don't know if any of you out there have dogs or know anything about dogs, but I have a mini pinscher, and I always say, oh my gosh, I'm in an abusive relationship because I cannot leave. I can now that she has cats, and I say she has cats because I used to not be able to leave the house without her like screaming and yodeling and howling for like 3 hours straight. So I pretty much take her with me everywhere. But now that we have cats, she doesn't do that anymore. But if I leave her, she throws a fit, right? But if we're outside and she's off the leash, she can go wherever she wants. But it can't be me who leaves her. She can leave me. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting from this person. Although it's not funny, and I'm not laughing at that. But I had to put myself in your shoes, Capricorn. All right, let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. Yeah. So we get not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. Be careful with this person's energy, because I do think that they're emotionally manipulative, but I also think that you know that. Like, you kind of know the game that they're playing. And like I said, it might have been cute at first, but it doesn't feel like it's cute anymore. Okay? And I think you probably called them out on it, or you cut them off because of it. All right? And we see engagement ring. Yeah. Some of you, I'm getting this person is quite high maintenance. I mean, that's the energy I'm getting through and through. Some of you are engaged, were engaged to this person. You imagined engagement, eternity, union, commitment. But I think that's what you're questioning right now. Is this a person I can commit to? Or are we going to be stuck in an endless cycle of me being the only adult in the room? Have faith, love is coming. There's going to be a surprise invitation or meeting. And we also see you have unconditional love coming your way. But it's going to be up to you, Capricorn. Is it with this person? Are you going to put in the effort? Do you want to see where this goes? Can you hold space for them? Or is it in a brand new direction? Whatever you choose. Okay? It's whatever you're going to choose here. All right. Is there anything else that my Capricorns need to be aware of? Is there anything else that my Capricorns need to be aware of, please, Spirit? Separation. So you may be in separation from your person, but surrender into your heart and divine source where there is no separation. The highest levels of love always serve and are without conditions. And that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, this is a really strong reminder, Capricorn, that the highest levels of love are without conditions. And I kind of feel like this connection has some conditions that are making you uncomfortable or felt conditional. All right. And true love. This is a divine connection. There are real feelings here, though. Okay. Like, does this person really love you? I do think so. Do you love this person? Probably. But there's a lot. It's nuanced and you need to look at it. We see, as I'm saying that, excuse me, my throat's going. Reflect. We attract soulmates based on the lessons we need for growth. Is this hindering you or supporting you? Yeah. Another big question here. Is this hindering you or supporting you? Because if you are always the only adult in the room, like I said, that's going to get old fast. All right. And time out, clear your energy. Space brings clarity. All right. So take some space, get some clarity here, Capricorn. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. What are this person's very next actions towards my Capricorns, please? What are this person's very next actions towards my Capricorns, please? High Priestess energy. Some of you, they might be getting readings, or like I could see them even trying to manifest you back. Like, I know that sounds silly, but you might know this person and they might be trying to do like love spells and things like that. Again, that's not for all of you. It's just maybe for one of you, you're like, yes, I know my person is the type of person to do that. But this is also being quiet. You know, this is being quiet and this is doing some self-reflection. They're worried about rejection. They're worried that they can't make this happen, this reunion happen, because again, you probably stood up to this person, you probably laid it out. They feel like you're decisive. You don't change your mind, but Seven of Wands tells me they do want to come in and fight for that. That may be happening during Mercury retrograde. Yeah, this person doesn't want to let you go. And if they've been holding back and they've been doing some analysis, or, you know, they've been doing some work, they do want to come in and tell you about it. Which, like I said, you may or may not be interested in at this point. You're going to have to let me know down in the comment section. All right, advice and guidance, please, for my Capricorns. Clarity comes from expression. Some things can't be resolved internally. Understanding arrives through being known or through communication. Okay. Let go gently. Detachment doesn't require bitterness. So that can be letting go of this person, or it can be letting go of what's happened, because if you do want to move forward with this person, Capricorn, you need to be able to let go of the past. And they do as well, because it looks like they're still clinging on to something from the past. So what somebody does is already the response. So let their actions answer for them, and hold your center, Capricorn. You can care without abandoning yourself. All right, you don't need proof. Trust doesn't require constant confirmation. Again, I kind of feel like this person's codependent energy was constantly needing to confirm that you love them, that you care about them, where you are, where you were, and things like that. And again, I feel there's a theme in this reading of needing healthy space and room to breathe. and allow space to speak, so silence can reveal more than pressure until clarity asks to be spoken. So yeah, hold your center, let actions answer, but also allow this space to speak. All right, and again, see how they come back towards you, because they will be coming back towards you. All right, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light, my lovely Capricorns. Take care.